Good morning, good morning. It is, what day? Wednesday, the 10th of October 2018. Yeah, confession. Confession is good for the soul. So I'm told. I'm also told that you shouldn't do confession on videos and publish it on the internet, but here we go. I've got something to confess. I've got some vices. Look at that, vices. Ha! They've got to be packed, they've got to go in the car. This is about tidying up some of my model making equipment. This is a dinky little vice that is not a lot of use for anything except holding very small things when you're building models. Yeah, today, what are we going to do today? Well, very shortly I'm going to go to Southend, which is that way. That's why I pointed that way. One of the sad things, two sad things in life. One is you die eventually, hopefully not for another 73 years or so, and the other is you pay tax. And in closing down my business here in Southend, or in Leigh-on-Sea. Leigh-on-Sea is a town, it's within the borough of Southend-on-Sea. So I'm going to go down to the town hall today, or up to the town hall, and I'm going to settle my account with Southend Borough. I suspect this is not going to be an easy thing, because you just know, don't you, that they're going to and ah and they're going to want to know things, and I'm going to have to tell them my grandmother's maiden name, but that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to clash with officialdom, which is always fun. I love paying tax, because for my tax I get a street light out the back, which keeps me awake at night because it's always on. I also get a nuclear submarine, a new aircraft carrier, and trips for councillors to go to their twin towns in exotic locations. Tax, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm going to go and pay some this morning, and that will be that. I will take you with me. Some of you like Southend, some of you don't. Tough. We're going to Southend. Well, I've navigated the difficult journey to Southend. This is Southend High Street. I'm old enough to remember when buses and cars and things went up and down here, but of course that is all a thing of the past. It's now a pedestrian precinct, and we're going to go up that way, walk up to the town hall. Of course there's people standing outside banks at this time of day because they ain't open yet. Good the way they laid all the paving stones so they nearly line up, isn't it? Now this end of Southend, of course, this also used to be a through road, and again it's all pedestrians only. And shops, of course. When I was a child, we would come to Southend. My parents would bring me and my sister, and we would look forward to the excitement of going down to the pier and the amusements and the beach. And I actually grew to dislike Southend because my mum would drag us all around the shops instead, which, you know, put a damper on things. But it used to be a very exciting, very busy sort of place, especially on bank holidays when the town would be absolutely jam-packed with people from East London. And of course town planners, one wonders sometimes about town planners. There, the other side of the road, is a delightful old railway station. That's Southend Victoria Station, and it's surrounded by what Prince Charles might describe as carbuncles. If we swing round that way, there's a building that, you know, post-Stalinist designers might well appreciate. You know, it's just ugly, isn't it? That's Southend Victoria Railway Station. I probably do know, but I've forgotten. That's 100 and something years old. Trains arrive here from London Liverpool Street Station and various parts of Essex. We think of places like Billericay, where some of the founding fathers came from, or Brentwood, or Shenfield, and yeah, places like that. You can catch a train here to go to Southend Airport, which is just sort of a stop up the line. We're not here to look at trains though. I'm desperate in my desire to pay my tax. It isn't all ugly buildings, but some of the pretty buildings are sort of hidden or difficult to stand back far enough to see. This, as you can see, is the Southend Central Museum and Planetarium. And while I was just sort of saying that, it occurred to me that, you know, I have never been in this building. Isn't it funny? You know, I've been in museums and cathedrals and stately homes all over France and Germany and Austria and places like that. And here in Southend, sort of 5 minutes from where I'm living, there's a building I've never been in. This is the library and Beecroft Art Gallery. Yeah, architecturally, well, it looks like a multi-storey car park, I guess, doesn't it? The next building along is the Magistrates and Crown Court. Again, it's one of those buildings that it lacks a certain je ne sais quoi. You know, slab-fronted glass, barriers to stop criminals getting in there, which is sort of funny because half the people in there are criminals. But then we move on to this sort of civic space. And the building laying back there is the police station. Now, obviously, someone has stolen all of their cutlery because they've got a collection going on. You know, they want people to donate knives, so they've got something for the canteen. Then there's this sort of garden. Excuse me while I pick my bag up. I've got my briefcase with me with all the paperwork I need. This is a Holocaust memorial garden. But over here is the, what do they call it these days? The Civic Centre. We can't have a town hall, can we? Civic Centre. So we'll go in there and see how many pennies they want me to give them. know the deep and unfettered joy I feel at paying tax. It's been a real pleasure, and now I'm going to walk back through to Southend. That's what happens if you don't pay your tax. Blood stains on the town hall step. Oh dear. Yes, let's go and do other things.